This is one that I've seen in the comments quite a bit. Let's do this. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave from Chase Summit, and today we're going to be answering a question that I see in the comments all the time. How do you create and navigate a course on a Coros device? This video will apply to the Coros Apex, Apex Pro, and Vertix, but not the original Pace or the Pace 2 because these lack any form of navigation features. So I'm going to put this guy aside for a second, and we're going to talk about how to set up a course on the Coros Apex Pro. We're going to need a couple of things to set this up. You're going to need your Android or iOS device. I've got the Apple iPhone 12 Pro here. You're going to need the Coros app installed on that, and then you're going to need a way to get a GPX file, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So why would you want to do this at all if you're carrying your phone anyways and you've got maps on there? Well, there's a couple of big advantages to having it on your wrist. Say you're running an ultra marathon or you're in a triathlon or something like that. You're out in the backcountry where you don't know where you're going, generally speaking. The watch will tell you at a glance which way to turn at a trail junction or intersection. It'll also buzz and tell you if you're off course. So if you do accidentally take a wrong turn and you run 50 feet off course, your watch will buzz and let you know that you've deviated from your course. This is hugely valuable in my opinion, and I use it all the time for a variety of situations, whether it be in the mountains or during an ultra marathon, when I make sure I don't want to lose any time taking a wrong turn or something. Okay, so let's talk about how to set this up. There's a few scenarios where this comes in play. Sometimes when you sign up for a race like an ultra marathon, the race director will provide a GPX file that you can download and sync over to the watch. In this case, it's actually really simple to do. But in other situations where you want to create your own course, it gets a little bit more confusing because the Coros app itself doesn't have a way to design a course. So you've got to use third-party applications to get this done. I've got a couple of favorites in that department. First off is Garmin Connect, which sounds weird to use Garmin Connect with the Coros app, but you can actually do this. Basically, in the Garmin Connect ecosystem, there is a really nice course builder where you can click and drag and calculate routes and see elevation gain and everything, and then you could save that over to the Coros app and sync it over to the watch itself. Sounds kind of weird to use Garmin to sync with Coros to sync it over to your watch, but it is possible. The other way to do this is an app called Gaia GPS, and I'll show you that now. Here's Gaia GPS, and this is a really powerful mapping application. It has a lot of features built into it, like offline mapping. You can save areas and regions to the phone itself, so if you don't have a cell phone signal, you still have the map. The other big benefit here is that it's cloud-based, so if you design a course on your computer, you can sync it over to the cloud, and it'll be available on your phone. You can see here I've got a variety of courses saved over to my phone, and if we open one up, you can see here it tells you the distance, the total time estimated, which is 15 hours for this 100-mile distance, and the ascent and descent. Now, if I go up to the top corner here, I can click the three dots and I can click export, and then I can click GPX file. Now here's the important part. When you export the GPX file, it'll ask you what application you want to share it to. You can either save it as a file or, more importantly, you can share it with the Coros app, and that's what you want to click. So if I click the Coros app here, it's almost immediately in Coros, and you can see here's the name, the Mid-State Massive Ultra Trail Race, 100 miles in distance, elevation gain, elevation loss, and then you've got the max and min elevation of the course. You've also got an elevation graph at the bottom here, which is pretty nice. So it said the route is imported successfully. And now I can actually click the edit button, and if I want to change the name of the route, I can do it there. Now if we jump over to the Coros app, we can go over to our devices page, we can click on the My Route for my Apex Pro here, and then it'll say import from library. So here's the little miscommunication here. Once you import the route to the Coros app, it's just in the app. It's not actually on the watch yet. You have to go to this device page and click import route from library. So you can see here at the top, that's the route I just imported. I've got some other routes in here that I've done before. So I'll click that and I'll click add. And now there's a status bar that goes from 0 to 100% to show you how long it's going to take to sync, which is generally pretty quick. Okay, now that the route is stored on my Apex Pro, let's take a look on how to get to it on the watch itself. Basically, you got to long press this bottom right button here, and then you're going to go to this selection that says Navi Settings. Once I click Navi Settings, it says loading, and now it's displaying my route. So you can see here, there's a little breadcrumb map of the route, and now I'm gonna click OK. Now we've got options for start course, our elevation details that'll show a little elevation graph on the watch, start point direction, so this will let you know if you wanna start at the beginning or the end, and then you've got your map direction, and you've got Deviate Course Alert. This last selection, the Deviate Course Alert, lets you set up on or off. Do you want the watch to let you know if you've gone off course? I leave mine on because that's kind of the whole point here. And there we are. We have started our course. There's a little breadcrumb map here that's kind of hard to see. Let's get up close in there. Honestly, it works quite well. And the benefit of the Apex Pro over something like the Apex is it does have a touchscreen. And this is one of the situations where the touchscreen is actually useful. For the most part, the touchscreen on the Apex Pro isn't all that useful. But when you're using it with the map, you can actually pan around and you can use the wheel to zoom in and out, and I find that to be pretty awesome. So on this page, we've got our breadcrumb map, and if we scroll down to the next page, we've actually got an elevation profile of the entire course. And as I make progress through this course, the elevation profile will give me an indicator of where I am in relation to the rest of the course. This can be really helpful if there's huge climbs on a course, you want to know where they are or how far they are until they're over. That's really valuable stuff. On the elevation graph, you can actually click in to zoom, and then you can zoom in and out using the wheel on the right here. It'll give you a little reference saying that like this is a 5-mile segment that we're looking at here. That's how you set up navigation if you just want to follow a course without recording a GPS activity. But what if you're in an ultramarathon or a triathlon and you want to record an activity while still using navigation? I'll show you how to do that now. Basically, from your watch face, you just click in once to get to your activity page. I'm going to select run, but you could select anything here. And then from here, instead of just clicking start, you want to go down to settings. If you click in settings, now you've got an option for Navi settings. You click on Navi settings and you can see there's my course, just as the same as before. And there we go. We're back into the navigation pages just like before, but now we've also got our run information while we've got navigation as an option. So it just adds a couple of data pages to your activity while you're out on your run, during your ultramarathon and your mountain bike race or your triathlon or whatever. So yeah, that's just a quick video on how to create and navigate a course or in your Coros Apex Pro, Apex, or Vertix. If you found this video helpful or at least entertaining, I would appreciate a thumbs up down below. It really helps out the channel, and consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss more videos from me in the future. And if you are interested in picking up an Apex Pro or a Vertix or an Apex or a Pace 2, because that's an awesome watch as well, even though it doesn't have navigation, check out the links down in the description because those help support my channel. That's all I've got for today. I'll see you in the next one.